Thanks for coming. Appreciate you taking the time. I'm here to talk to you about Island Timber, which is a new range of reclaimed Indonesian teak wall claddings we're actually launching here at the show. But before I dive into Island Timber, I want to talk about our company, Island Stone, and our history in Bali, Indonesia. Anyone ever been to Bali or Indonesia here? You guys got to put it on your bucket list because you do not want to miss this part of the world. Our founders were actually drawn to Bali back in the early 70s by the incredible nature, world-class surf, the rich culture, and incredible art. They never left, and they immersed themselves in the culture, and that immersion cultivated what would become our flagship product, which is Perfect Pebble Tile. Perfect Pebble Tile is still a huge part of our program today, but we expanded our line to include numerous stone and glass products sourced throughout Australasia. Throughout it all, though, we've committed to our fundamental value proposition, which is taking exotic stones and resources and turning them into cutting-edge wall mosaics and claddings. Which brings me, I'm clicking forward. Yep, okay, which brings me to Island Timber. We've been playing with the idea of working with wood for many years, but in recent years, the interest in reclaimed material and the availability of this ancient teak encouraged us to basically launch the line I'm introducing today. Indonesia is going through rapid modernization, and there's numerous homes and buildings that are basically being modernized and torn down. We're going in, salvaging the teak beams, walls, floors, refinishing these old materials and basically repurposing them into modern wall claddings. So we're a tile design company at heart. We love making mosaics, and so we incorporated this kind of mosaic ethos into all our designs, of which I'm going to introduce today. We start with more of a classic design, which is our planking. And you can see from the planking the kind of history of the products used. You have stuff that was used on the exteriors. You have products that were blackened that were used behind the stove. Every single plank, every single mosaic tile tells a rich history of the decades of past use. Our second product that we're including in the launch is called Rimba. It essentially is 3 varying lengths or widths of material on a mesh that basically gets placed on a wall and interlocks together and creates a very unique design. Now you'll see in this example, we do both natural surfaces and we also incorporate colors. Indonesian homes are famous for their colorful, playful colors incorporated in all their homes. We've taken these same colors and applied them to certain variations of this product. Our final introductory product is Kayu, which I actually have a piece here. If you look carefully, you can see the relief that's created. This is, again, a meshed back design where the wood actually has relief when you apply it. When you interlock the pieces together, it basically creates a weaved surface across a wall. We consider it a perfect juxtaposition, essentially, of modern design and ancient Indonesian teak. All these products are very easy to install. They're thin, they're light. Essentially, any wall can be transformed in a very short amount of time from something very plain to something very unique and turn it into a feature wall. So I'd love to show people more about our products. If you have some time, visit us at our booth, which is S4466, and I'll take some questions.
Awesome. I have to say, reclaimed wood is getting more difficult to find around here, especially where I'm from. I'm from Pennsylvania, and the show that I do, finding all the reclaimed stuff has been very difficult, and the price has kind of skyrocketed. But finding the Indonesian wood, the teak, that has more character than most stuff, even locally, because it's older, is crazy. Because right away, as a carpenter, as a designer, as soon as you add that character, it changes the feel of an entire room. It's absolutely amazing. I will say this, with the front of this, I'm feeling like some kind of, is it a wax finish on them? Or?
We put a real subtle wax patina on it just to kind of get that clean finish on it. Okay. But that's the extent of what we do.
And how big are the panels when they're kind of coming together? Because you're saying it's a mesh back.
It's actually 4 pieces on a mesh. They're pretty small. We take the same approach we would take with our tiles. So you're looking at 4 pieces about this big on a mesh, which gives it a bit of looseness, so when you apply it to a wall, you get that real tight interlock. Cool. So there's no spaces, there's no gaps. You just have, when you have such a high tolerance product, you have to have that real clean finish to make it look good.
I just dig the difference of color, the contrast between, and that light blue that you see on the old Chevy pickup trucks now could be on your wall, which is just it's just a nice way to show that your house is a little different than the next person, to have a little bit of history. You guys have any questions?
Is that a glue-on application, and what's the cost per square foot?
So yeah, it's basically, we would recommend, we actually sell with it a Bostik product that is a construction adhesive. but any classic construction adhesive can be used to apply it to any type of wall. And price range at retail is looking at about the high teens when you're looking at the flat product, and the low 20s when you're looking at the wedged material. It is all stocked here in the US, basically, so everything is available for at-once orders.
Nice. We have another question over here.
Well, so in the product that's meshed back, it's preset. Now, we do a ton of customization as a company. We're constantly dealing with designers who want the most unique types of designs, so we can customize special orders. The planking actually is a mix where you pick bundles of natural and then you pick bundles of painted and you mix them in. But again, our off-the-shelf product is a range of colors, so you'd have to special order to get like a specific Chevy blue only look.
Any more questions?
So talk pretty loud anyway, so I figured I'd just shout it out.
Yeah.
Do more people use it as like accent walls? Do you see people wanting to do like a whole room of that? Do they use it in wet applications, dry applications? Obviously, a number of different ways that you could probably use that, so educating the people out here.
All of the above. You can't walk into a brewery without seeing reclaimed wood right off the bat. But in terms of on the residential side, you're seeing a lot of people look at this as a product for their living room, feature wall. The back behind the bed is a real popular item. A lot of our crew overseas has a lot of European influence, and they're seeing a lot of this product used actually on ceilings as a ceiling finish. It just really, you can transform a room with a real dramatic finish very quickly. So it's kind of all of the above.
What I like about it is it works in any design. Works in an older house, works in a more modern house. It really does fit with everything. Reclaimed wood is here to stay as long as we still have it. So
right.
Hopefully you guys sell out and we'll have to go back to Indonesia and get some more, right?
We're looking for that.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so very much. I appreciate your time, Sander.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.